What's going on, everybody? My name is Sam, and this is Headbanger and Hard Rock Television. And before we get to the video, I just got to give you a quick little, quick little note. I've already done this band and actually reviewed it, posted it, and if I'm in contact with this band, I will send it to them to kind of get their opinion, let them see it first, because I'm not here to screw anybody. I can't do the music they do. I can't do music that a lot of you guys do, but I've been around it for over 30 years. And I think that I can give a half-decent opinion, something maybe you want to check him out. So I sent him the video, and basically he was like, thank you, I really appreciate it, like that. And I don't know, I just got a weird vibe about it. So I actually texted and said, hey man, is everything all right? How did you like the video? And he basically asked if I wanted my honest opinion. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I want your honest opinion. I'm not going to get butthurt. I'm not going to get my freaking feelings hurt. I want criticism. You know, I mean, unless you're going to be a, and if you're going to be, just a jerk to be a jerk, then it's different. But criticism, anything I can make better. So he basically gave me a list of what he thought that he would want it out of a review. And I'm trying to be a little different, and I'm trying to make a little tiny show out of it. So stick around, because we're going to do a little thing called A Minute in the Pit. And that's Frank going to come in, and we're going to tighten it up with some music news. Anything out there, maybe a new release, maybe just some news in music. Let's get right into it. So right now we're going to be talking about a band out of Baghdad, Iraq. They are Iraq's first melodic death metal band, and they are called Dead Tears. The meaning behind our band's name, Dead Tears. What humans are doing to each other is causing even the dead to mourn this earth and shed tears. It is obvious the conscience died in people. Everyone became completely selfish and greedy. We have not learned from history and what we have done to each other in the past, repeating the same actions leading us to false glory and dark futures. That's the name, the meaning behind the band. So speaking with Karam, he pretty much said, we were mainly intended to first revive the extreme metal scene in Iraq to show that the country scene is still present. Secondly, melodic metal in general happens to be one of our favorite metal subgenres as band members, as well as the influential musicians and bands. Iraq formed in 2019, mainly influenced by bands like Death, Kalma, At the Gates, Winter Sun, Carcass, stuff like that. So the album is called Wretched Earth, and the concept of the album, I'm just reading a lot of descriptions from the band. An album, a lot of times I don't like doing that, because what they want the album to feel when you hear it and when you read the lyrics, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes bands want you to get out of the album what you think of it. They don't want to put, a lot of times they don't want to put in your mind something that maybe, as you listen to the lyrics, you feel something different, if you know what I mean by that. But I will, on this one, give you the concept of the album. An album that describes the atrocities of human nature. It shows the dark side of man that has caused the most horrible and unimaginable acts throughout history. With blindfolded societies, fueled by greed, it became a machine that destroys everything in its way for the purpose of power and dominance. It's about how our actions are leading us to our own end, including some songs describing actual historic events of real brutality committed by humans. Excuse me.
Hey guys, welcome to A Minute in the Pit. This is a look into hard rock and heavy metal. Hey man, I'm going to give you some new releases that are coming up this year in the next couple months. Matter of fact, Hellstar, Clad in Black, a new one that's going to be dropping on April 2nd too. This is actually going to be, I think it's more of an EP release. I think there's like 7 songs on this that's going to be with it. And I think they also threw in one of their older albums that's going to be full length on there with it. So check it out if you like Hellstar, good heavy metal, high pitched vocals. I love them. You guys should like them too. Check them out. Dropkick Murphy. Hey, if you like the Irish metal, you guys should love this. I'm sure most of you know about Dropkick Murphy. Their new album's going to be dropping. It's called Turn Up That Dial. Hey, drink some drinks with this when you're listening to the new one if you get it. And look, man, that's it for this week in A Minute in the Pit. Look, stay metal, stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side.
So I actually have, listened to this album and listening to it. For me, I never thought that Lamb of God and In Flames were really death metal. And the music, playing the music, I mean, I don't know. Some of the music really had to be sitting back where it definitely had some thrash stuff in there. I mean, there was a blast beat or two. You have a couple leads in there that were pretty good. Nothing, the one of the songs that I picked, it pretty much closes out the song, and that is definitely perfect for that song. I really enjoyed that. That's probably my favorite song on the album. I'm a guy that don't really like a lot of the death metal singing. So for me to listen to the album and actually listen to the album as much as I did, it's surprising, because sometimes if there's the vocals that get annoying, I can't listen to it. If I can't listen to it, I will be honest. I'm not going to blow smoke up anybody's ass either. Hey man, something that, I'm not going to make it all sound great, because there was definitely one little adjustment on this album that I think could have made this album even better than what it was. I got two songs on here that I really like, and the first one is In the Vicinity of Death. And what I liked about that one the most is that, or at least that took me in the most, was his singing. Because this was really about somebody pretty much at the end of their life where they know they're getting ready to die, and they're going back and they're really trying to think of all the bad they did, all the good they did, what they had changed, did they regret it, and stuff like that. And his voice brought that out. I mean, you heard like I don't know if it's the pain or the agony or think of a word, the stress, the knowing it's just like, you know it's the end, you're almost holding on, and you can hear that in his voice. And that's what I loved about that song a lot. The lyrics definitely, you can get all the, what the concept was, but his voice definitely matched the concept of this song the most. It was great. I mean, it was really painful. You can just of knowing he's dying and everything he might have done, stuff like that. I mean, it's getting deep in here. All right, so my favorite song on the album that I ended up going to a lot, I think because it depicted the music too. I think it had everything in there. You didn't have the blast beats in that one, but you had good leads. You had the lead at the end was great. I love the way that pretty much fades the song out at the end. I love that lead. It fit perfectly, I believe. But it had everything in it. It had a little bit of my favorite thrash metal stuff in there that I like. It had your death metal, and the singing is just, I think it capitalized the whole album. It has a little bit of everything in it.
It is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might, with all the strength that God can give us.
And I just like that song the best. And the drummers, the drummer, that dude's got a fast double bass. I mean, that guy, I won't say that he, see, I say I won't ever, I'm not, because I can't do it, so, but I won't say that he actually did anything too crazy, but that guy has a good double bass, and man, he can fly with it, man. It's awesome. I kind of love it. I love the sound of the drums. The only thing that I could say about the album that I wish was better, and that was the deepness of it. I really wanted it to be more powerful sound-wise, if you know what I mean. I wanted to hear that double bass even louder. I wanted it to be pounding in my chest. I wanted it to be, I wanted it to be a little bit heavier. You know, I wanted to hear it more. The lower end, the deepness of death metal, the way I think it should be sound, even though I probably don't know too much about it, but when it comes to that, I just expect it to be, I wanted to be a little bit booming in my chest. I wanted to be louder that way. Other than that, I think this album, if I rated this, being new, since I've been through this album, I know 15 times, that I give it at least a 7 to an 8. If you take, let's put it this way, if talking to one of my friends that actually really does this genre a lot, well, it's Frank's younger son. So we sat and we listened to this, and he said that if you took Amon Amarth and if you took Black Dahlia Murder and you mixed them together, this is the band that you would get. This is the kind of feel of the music. So in the description, they are on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Amazon Music, iTunes. They are on Deezer, Tidal. I mean, they're everywhere to be able to get this album. I think if you are into melodic death metal, I believe that you will love this album. They are really good. I listened to 2 hours of a variety of bands that is under this genre, under this type of music. And there might have been 1 or 2 that maybe stood out because of maybe this, I like the sound a little bit better, recording, but other than that, I didn't see anything different, or anything that these guys couldn't compare with. This was good music. I thought the music was great. Hey everybody, this is going to be your flashback pick of the video, where we take you back and try to grab an older CD. This one here, I love this band, I love this CD. This CD came out in 2004, which is not too far away from 20 years ago. It's called The War Within from Shadows Fall. Love this album. This guy, man, had this guy had a distinctive voice. He had that melodic. He didn't sing great, he was one of them at the beginning to me when the bands really started singing a lot of melodic and throwing in that really heavy, the heavy voice, kind of like a Hatebreed kind of a singing. But this album was great, The War Within. What I would do is check it out. They got it on YouTube. You can actually buy the CD, download it. Well, I don't know how they do it anymore with that. I love this CD. This was a great CD, and this is my pick, my flashback pick. Shadows Fall, great band.